Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Queer Talk. Queer Talk is a podcast by Fighting Fear. Fighting Fear is a community by queer people by queer people. You can find out more about us on our website, www.fightingfear.co.uk, and our social media handles on all major platforms, Fighting Fear Community. Today we are in Chiang Mai, and we are currently in a bookstore, actually, in a cafe. And we've got the owner in front of us who will introduce themselves. But however, they may have to leave to serve customers because it is a working day for them. So there may be some slight pauses in the recording today. So, if you could just introduce yourself.
Okay, yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is King, K-I-N-G. My pronoun is he, him. I identify myself as a transmasculine. So I own Anyway Book Cafe, which is a safe space for like specific Sapphic community in Chiang Mai, and we welcome all our queer folk and LGBT person and ally. We not just a cafe, but we also sell like book from independent writer. Mostly them are queer and Hispanic. And we also support local LGBT men here too.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, King, and thank you for agreeing to do this. I know it's a working day for you, so I really appreciate that. So thinking about the space that you created, you said it's specific for Sapphic people, or at least that's your target audience. Why did you feel there was a need to create such a space?
From my point of view, mostly like, I think in terms of like LGBT community, we have like seen a lot of like nice space for maybe for our ally, like gay men or trans women. They are quite outstanding, which is very fabulous, and I really adore them. But however, in terms of our like Sapphic community, I think we don't have such a specific space to to be our safe space to talk something like very specific for our identity. I think it's very important to have space like this. And for me personally, I'm a quite morning person. I like to drink coffee and read book. That's why I choose to create this cafe with like bookstore and space to to provide to people. And we not just selling the book, but we also have like free book corner for everyone who want to share knowledge book, whatever about let's say women movement, LGBTQ, or I think every book you can just get you can just give in on the shelf to customer. They come and read and share. And we also have the book swap corner, which you can exchange book, and we try to create the community.
Fantastic. Now you said you opened this, but from my understanding, you weren't always a book and cafe owner. What were you doing before this?
I'm a lawyer. I'm working on migration issue and labor. That is what I'm doing for professional work.
And what made you change over from being a lawyer to owning this fabulous cafe?
I've always been the member of LGBT community. As you can see, like I've always been in Sapphic community. But however, like my work sometimes is quite stressful and quite a lot of workload all the time. But I think I can adapt my experience to this cafe. I still co-organize with my former organization to working on human rights issue with intersect with the gender topics, which is the core of Anyway Café.
Amazing. And I think that's what you did this previous weekend, if I'm not mistaken. You had a workshop on gender.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what the workshop is about, and just kind of the workshops you generally do?
Okay. So we trying to do the workshop in every month, and we also have the panel if we don't do the workshop. Our workshop mostly is about like a gender knowledge. Like for example, like last week you just mentioned, we have like a gender unicorn chart workshop, which is I provide a workshop to people who want to learn more about what is the spectrum in terms of LGBT people. People might don't know. Maybe people might don't heard about SOGIE. SOGIE is like the principle of how to see spectrum in about gender. It's not just you are sapphic, you are gay, but there are another term that we should learn about.
Fantastic. And how was the turnout? How did people receive the workshop?
I think it's quite good, and they quite feedback good as well. But I trying to do like make it more easy for them. I don't want to be like speak in like big term and people don't understand. That's why I create the workshop in here. You know, you can see the tree, and it's comfortable to talk about like very maybe hard topic for some people.
Yeah. Thinking about being in Thailand, I mean, I know we're specifically in Chiang Mai right now, but how is the conversation around LGBTQ issues? I know, and many viewers would know that recently Thailand legalized same-sex marriage. And we know that sometimes culture can lag behind legal reforms. How would you say it is in Thailand, generally speaking, for queer people, but also specifically Sapphic people?
I think we just passed the equal marriage law like on January. However, I think like from my experience, like for 10 years from nowadays, I think people have like more good expect on LGBTQ person. Maybe not just the law, but you know, we have like boy love, girls love series, but in general, people still not have. We just know, they just know that we are exit, but they don't know who we are and the way we living, and how to say, they don't know about the whole gender yet. And I think the equality marriage law is just top of the iceberg, and we have a lot of things to do, like for our trans folk, they don't have like the gender recognition law. They cannot change the name title if they are born as with penis, and but inside they are women, and they want to change the way they live, and they want to get surgery and everything to recognize them truly who they are, but they don't quite receive that yet. And we don't have how to say, like for example in France they provide a free surgery to recognize the gender
affirming surgery.
Yeah, that's it. And here in Thailand, people still see, if you want to got a surgery for change your genital, it's gonna be like how to say, it's for cosmetic. Yeah, it's still in that term, but we want to change. It's not how to say, for beauty, but it is important for their life.
Yeah.
And we don't have like law and that welfare for like trans people. And in terms of like Sapphic community, like I think when we see in the power, like from my point of view, maybe they are most of them are women, and women's always get pressure that somehow in society. And when you are just how to say, like you are into women, you might be like the outsider and make you more marginalized.
Do you think it's more so for women than it is for men? So, for example, let's say queer women who have same-sex attraction versus queer men who have same-sex attraction.
Yeah.
Do you think it's harder for women?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because like in terms of Southeast Asia context, women's always teasing to, you know, or keep your voice low, don't be outstanding, some kind like that. If you are very, you know, confident, you might get how to say, like negative react from people.
You might get labeled.
Yeah.
What kind of label might a woman get if they're too outspoken or confident?
You may be like, how to say, there's a Thai word called hua hang, which is you are a tough person and you are hard to communicate, some kind like that. Which is, if that traits are in men, that is quite, you know, opposite react from society. You will get, oh, you are very good man, like you very tough. But in terms of this trait in women, they are quite different react.
I guess I'm thinking of a parallel. In Western societies, you might be calling a woman who's like that. The words they might use for them might be things like ball breaker.
Yeah, ball breaker, some kind of that.
Something derogatory. Yeah. It's not a compliment.
Yeah, it's not a compliment if that trait are in women or girls.
But if it is in a man, it's seen as a positive trait.
Yeah. So we want to shift that term. Why? Like that trait, it should be positive on everyone. It's not just on men. But in terms of, if you are Sapphic, there's gonna be like very tough, more tough for them too. So yeah, we try to, you know, make people understand that and try to change a little bit step by step.
Amazing. And thinking about, I know you mentioned that you still engage in some work in relation to your law expertise. What kind of things might you still do?
I still like the workshop, like I still use my law expertise to explain what is exactly the law are now. Some people, they might know that we also passed the marriage equality law and they don't know what on process. So I provide that, and I still, you know, host the panel, and I still cooperate with some legal feminist organization to help how to say, like gender-based violence who need a pro bono help. I also provide that too.
Amazing. I know you mentioned that your specialty was immigration. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So thinking about that, obviously I'm aware that there is a large population of refugees from Myanmar who are here. Do you work with that community as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. I still work with them. I as you can see, we have like space, right? I also want, especially for queer folk, because as far as I know, like some of them are still suffering in their own community because like they might come from very, you know, conservative community, and they don't get accepted for who they are, and they have, you know, be asylum seeker here. And then I think I will provide a Thai language class for them for free here.
Oh, fantastic. That's amazing.
Yeah, especially for queer folk. So I want them to, you know, at least they can communicate in Thai society, so they can, you know, adjust themselves and
get a job.
Yeah, get a job, for example, and they can live their life.
Go into education, etc., whatever it might be. Amazing. Thinking about your experience as a Sapphic person and as a trans person, what key pieces of advice would you give to someone going through that journey? into assuming their true identity. What top 3 pieces of advice would you give?
Okay.
Perhaps for a person in the East Asian context, Southeast Asian context, what would be top 3 pieces of advice?
First, I think you are very, how to say, like, you stay true with who you are. The first one I will give advice.
Stay true to who you are.
Yeah, stay true to who you are. Like, sometimes you have to embrace it. Don't be afraid like who you are. And number 2, find your community. There's many space for you, and then, but yeah, for online and both on site. I know that sometimes it's quite hard, especially for young generation, or maybe like the elder generation. They quite face they don't know like where is the community to support them. But I think we can support that, and they also have like many organizations who work in online too. For example, like Sapphic Pride. Find your community, you will see your folk, your friends. And the third one is just enjoy your life. There's nothing wrong with who you are. You can be a queer and activist, for let's say, or you can be a queer and then you can be a lawyer, or you can be a queer and you can be therapist, or just don't limit yourself just your identity, because that is make your strength. It's not your your weak point, but there is very special characteristic for you. Like, don't limit yourself.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That's a really good place to end, I think. And I'm conscious I don't want to take any more of your time since you're working. So thank you very much, King. So this is Fighting Fear. This is a podcast called Queer Talk by Fighting Fear. Fighting Fear is a community for queer people by queer people. You can find out more about us on our website, www.fightingfear.co.uk, and our social media handles on all major platforms, Fighting Fear Community. Once again, King, thank you so much for your time.